What's going on? It's your boy Blackout Jones back again with a review of Fruits Basket, man. Let's get into it. Really quickly, I'm on a road to 100 subs. Currently, I'm at 94, man. We're only 6 subscribers away, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. But let's get into it. I just want to start off by saying that, probably my favorite medium of television is animation. You feel me? From a child, regular animation. As an adult, adult animation. And, recently, within the past 5-7 years, I've been starting to watch anime, and, I've come to appreciate it a lot, man. And this show right here definitely is towards the cream of the crop of animation. This is like, when you think of animation, man, it has different levels to it, for different purposes, but this show right here is like up there, like storytelling. Like, this could be a TV show. I don't know if they have a live action or not. Would I watch this live action? Probably not, but this is like a live action plot, but animated though, so they should come up with a Fruits Basket movie. I think it'll do numbers. Somebody should pay me to do this shit, man, because they're really killing the game right now with this series, and it just keeps on getting better and better and better, man. Film adaptation like yesterday, you feel me? As usual, I was not prepared for today's episode. Like I always tell you guys, they always bring the heartfelt episodes in very sneakily, and they just, pop up on you. So today, we see a Yuki, it's a Yuki episode. I think last episode was also a Yuki episode for the most part, but it's Yuki flashback, taking him all the way back, more backstory, It's the first show I've seen. Well, no, a lot of shows have multiple backstories, but this show, anyway, back to the point. This is like Yuki's, at least his second backstory in depth though, because this one was like, we still see a whole nother facet of it, because I'd have been cool with just the one, the one would have been enough, but they gave us 2 backstory episodes in one season, so I'm happy about it. We learn more about the characters, get more emotionally invested in the character, and so I'm all for it. So in this, we see a young Akito, and it's very interesting because it looks like Akito was the head of the family at like fucking 7 years old when Yuki got introduced to him. And man, talk about mixed feelings inside of Yuki. When he first sees Akito, he said, I want to embrace you. Then it said, I want to get away from you. And then it's like just a range of mixed emotions, which is very interesting. I feel as though there's more to that also, but early on, I didn't know Yuki was sick. Didn't know he had a sickness as a child. I guess people grew out of it. I guess it's not a big deal, but yeah, he had like a slight cough, he had a little corona cough or something like that. Just childhood stuff, nothing too big. He got his vitamins in him. Now he's good to go, right? But it's like one day he was with Akito. Well, Akito was actually kind of normal. So we still gotta see his backstory, because something definitely switched to where as though Akito was normal. Of course he was a bit of a dick still, but he could deal with it. He was bearable, right? But then all of a sudden, he just flipped a switch, and now he's just fucking off the rails, bro. Like, he's drawing, painting on the walls. Talk about a power trip. It's just ridiculous. I don't know who hurt Akito to make him act like that, but it was no good for Yuki. And then that's when all the, Yuki had his family sold him off apparently. It's a crazy thing to sell your kids to somebody. Sell your kids to somebody within the family, to a child, to the family head. But it probably was a sacrifice, but who knows, man? I mean, as soon as Akito snapped, that's when life started going downhill for Yuki, and people hated him for no reason. I mean, Akito was telling people that things are bad because it's Yuki's fault or what have you, but Yuki literally hasn't done anything that, to my knowledge, he hasn't done anything yet. But to everybody else, Yuki is just a shitty individual. So that shapes your reality. If enough people say it's true, it's gonna be true. That's how that works. If 99.1% of the world decided to change the color of the sky from blue, say, no, that's not blue, we're gonna swap blue and green, And guess what? The sky is now green and the grass is now blue. Man, that's how it goes, man. You feel me? These colors came out of nowhere, but that's besides the point. So last episode, I was like, eventually Kyo has to or somebody has to transform in front of like probably the school or whatever, or something, because there's no way they can do it throughout the whole series. But throughout this show, they've shown that people have seen their true form from time to time, and I forgot that they got their memories erased. I'm like, damn, that is true, some Men in Black type shit. So I think by the end of this season, oh, that's a slick way to break the curse. Yo, theory time, baby. Let's go, man. So timestamp goes right here. So get this, right? So if fuck man. Here we go. Stay with me now. So if the whole entire world happened to see them transform, right, then they would have to accept it, right? But then the cat would be out of the bag. However, you can't wipe everybody's memory. Thus, they have to be accepted. Huh? I mean, I forgot who wipes the memories out, because I want to say it's, I'm not even going to guess, but if everybody sees them transform, like however billion people in the world, he can't wipe everybody's memory. He can't reach all the people, unless he can do like a one mass, brainwashing at the same time. There's no way that he can get that off. So maybe that, I don't know, man. It's just a theory. I'm throwing that out there. Throw a little timestamp right there. Tell me what you guys think, man. That's a wild one. You feel me? But I think they can get it done. I think that's one feasible way. I could be tripping though. But where was I at? So yeah, they get their memories erased. Oh my God. So probably the most heartfelt part of this episode was when Yuki had fuck, man. When Kyo, his head was flying away, and then Yuki would try to hand it back to him. Kyo was like, nah, I'm good. You can keep it. And then we found out what Yuki finally yearned for, and he was just like holding the hat and just clutching it and crying. I'm like, and he dropped to his knee. I'm like, yo, that is a sad scene, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm not gonna. If I ain't cried yet in this series, I've definitely had the watery eyes, or like, oh man, that's real sad. But if I haven't cried yet, man, I don't think I'm gonna cry for this during this season. But the season definitely a fucking tearjerker, man. Oh boy. So last week when we was talking about what Yuki could have possibly yearned for, so I was like, I threw a lot of theories out there what he could possibly be yearning for. One, I think I only hit with one of them. One was being I said I want the curse. Yuki wants the curse broken. He wants companionship. He wants fuck me, I forgot the other two, but I hit on a companionship one. That one definitely connected because Yuki ended up telling what he actually wanted. So Yuki actually outlined where he was yearning for. Well, he finally told us after about 2 episodes of teasing. So Yuki yearns for parents that embrace and love him. He yearns for a home that he's happy to go home to. He yearns for a place where everyone is smiling and people then distance themselves from him. So currently, I think Yuki has reached what he was yearning for, man. I think he's finally there. As far as his parents are getting there. His mother is trying to, reconcile a little bit, I guess. I don't know. But he also said that, Honda was like a mother to him. We'll get to that later. He wants a home that he can go home to. Shigeru's home, while not his parents' home, is a home worth going home to for Yuki. All of his homies are there. Kyo, even though Kyo still likes to fight him from time to time. Honda's there, most importantly, and whatnot. So he has a home that's it's not bad. It's not bad to go home to it. A place where everyone's smiling. Basically, anywhere where Honda is, Hattori's gonna smile. Haru's gonna smile. Kagura. So basically, he's in the group now where everyone's smiling. That's the group he wanted to be in. You know, they kind of was, you know, they kind of wanted to fuck with him at first, but now he sort of worked himself into the group. You know, mingled himself into the group. You know, along with Honda. And people don't distance people. So he's in the student council now. People who are not distancing themselves from him. He's also not rejecting the world anymore. So he's pretty much in a good spot. So I was half right. No, more like a quarter of the way right last week with what Yuki wanted. But, you know, 50% is good, or quarter percent is not good. But moving on. But yeah, man, eventually, you know, basically Yuki literally did nothing this episode, you know, but people were shitting on him all his whole childhood, you know. But luckily, he was able to help Honda find her way home back in the day. And, you know, he found himself useful because he felt useless. Now, you know, he had a little purpose. He was able to keep himself going for a little bit longer because he, you know, he was looking, sounding like he was on the brink of killing himself. But, he, you know, it didn't get there. He found some purpose, and now he feels Honda's like a mother to him because as far as, like, you know, just always being there and loving unconditionally. A lot of people, you know, a lot of friends don't love unconditionally. Let's get to a certain point, but Honda's love is you know, unwavering. You know, like a mother's love. A mother loves her child because, you know, it's your child. I care for you. I love you. Just because, you feel me? A friend, you know, we're not gonna get into that, but mother loves you unconditionally. If you don't know what that means, look it up. But overall, man, this was a tearjerker of an episode. Good episode. Finally, I'm glad I finally got to know what Yuki yearned for. But I want to know what Akito told Yuki that he yearned for. Because Akito said, I know what you're yearning for. I know what you want from Honda. And then he whispered it to him. I don't think this is what Akito had in mind when he said, I know what you want from Honda. But I think next episode we're gonna get into that. I think we are. Because for the trailer, the sneak peek, the title of the next episode is That's Not What I Want! Exclamation point. So we're gonna find out what Akito says to him. I'm sure it was some shit talk, but overall, solid episode, man. I didn't post the God of High School review last week. Things were very, 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 very turbulent. I had to do some traveling, you know. But it is what it is. Your boy Blackout Jones signing off. Like, comment, and subscribe, and catch you next time. Peace.